he's been playing this season. It's going to be fun. Cornerbacks and DBs, I usually go for the defense, but Harry, somehow these wide receivers are going to get it done. All right, from now on, we're moving right along. It's a big week of football right now. Jordan Love going against Aaron Rodgers. The protege shows the master. Who is the guy now? Jordan Love getting the ball out of his hands quickly, dissecting his Pittsburgh Steelers defense. We're going to see it all night long. He's going to be getting the ball less than 3 seconds, coming out of his hands, making plays. Jordan Love is going to announce himself on the scene, and we're only going to be saying positive things about him the morning after that. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. It was a beautiful marriage last year. We saw it reach unbelievable heights. Super Bowl trophy. Is it time? Is it time to go their separate ways? You sometimes hit a point in a relationship and say, you know what, it's not you, it's me. We had a good run, and we can shake hands and go our separate ways. A lot of things being said in Philadelphia. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
Listen, Peter Schrager, something, and we used this phrase earlier, something doesn't pass the smell test. He has, at least statistically, a monster game last weekend. Harry, you were saying that a lot of that came on broken plays. I'm sure that's right, but for whatever it is, he had 4 catches, 120-something yards, 2 touchdowns, the game-winning play. One would assume he would walk off the field an extremely happy man. And he walked off the field completely healthy as far as everyone is concerned. Then suddenly Wednesday he's got a hamstring. Thursday he's got a hamstring. Not practicing. What's going on? Something doesn't smell right.
Something doesn't smell right. And I think even the Eagles brass would look at this show and say, this is not just us creating noise. This is real. And also the Instagram post doesn't help either that he did after a game talking about that. That said, I'm told it's a hamstring. It's a real injury, and it's trying to nurse it, and the expectation is he still might very well play against the Giants. They have the bye week after this, and then we'll go from there, but the trade deadline is looming. I, myself, have dealt with Howie Roseman for 20 years. I don't have a long history of Howie Roseman with a team that's contending, trading off assets. Usually, Howie Roseman is acquiring assets. So before we get that storyline going too far down the road, I would say it would go against the grain from their general manager, who's known as one of the biggest wheelers and dealers. That said, to what J-Mac is saying, is it time to part ways? Sometimes a couple's having issues, they decide to get pregnant. Let's just roll this up back and let's try to get, that could be the worst thing. That might be the solution as well.
Are you
let's try to go this.
Are you projecting?
Let's just try it. You've never heard that? Well,
absolutely.
That's what this might be. Let's try to add something else to it. It might just be, hey, we've got to get through this thing and we've got to work it out, and we're not going to pull the cord.
I guess the question is A.J.
Brown pregnant? I don't know.
What's it, Junior?
Should they trade him away, or should Jalen and A.J. have a baby?
That's what I'm asking.
That's what we're asking. Okay, let's move on from that.
It means doubling down. Do you just stick with
No,
this?
we're not asking that.
No, we all know what it means. It's just a funny way to put it.
Straight.
Let's talk about the triple high safety some more. Sorry.
Triple high.
Whatever you guys want to talk
Oh, they're
about.
playing a one robber defense. No, okay.
The sluggo.
Let's make a serious point. He did catch a sluggo.
I know.
I was Monday years old when I learned what that route was called. Anyway, let's get serious for a second here. Saquon Barkley, they can't run the ball. The Philadelphia Eagles cannot run the ball. Last year, they won the Super Bowl in large part, not only in large part, almost exclusively, because they ran the ball as well as any team in the history of the NFL. This year, they can't run it at all, which is why their 5-2 record still just doesn't feel like everything is right. Which of these two things do you think is likelier? That they figure out how to run it, or that they're able with this passing attack, let's assume A.J. Brown doesn't leave, that they're able with this passing attack to repeat as champions by throwing their way there?
Well, it's more than one way to learn how to run the ball. Sometimes you can run the ball because you have the 2 high safeties. We saw that last week with Cincinnati, with Brown being able to run for over 130 yards, because you have to respect what's on the outside. But to do that, you actually got to throw them the ball. You know, what teams have been doing, they've had a whole year to see how Philadelphia wants to use the run game and use Saquon Barkley, and they're loading the box up. And they're saying, you're not going to beat us this way. We're going to try to make you one-dimensional, and we'd rather put it in the hands of Jalen Hurts than put it in the legs of Saquon Barkley. So I think they're going to have to go back to the table and figure out how to run the ball, but they're going to have to learn how to run the ball by actually taking chances down the field.
That's what I think is interesting here, sort of a chicken and egg thing, right? It's not that they can't run the ball because teams aren't letting them run the ball and they're daring them to pass the ball. If they start passing the ball more effectively, does that then unlock Saquon in the running game?
I believe so. Now, from a technical standpoint, guys have to do a better job with their one-on-one blocks in the run game, but I fought this for the last 7 weeks, Greeny, saying that, hey, they have to play through the run game, but I think it's going to be the opposite this season. They have to play through the pass game and let things open up the run game.
See if anybody likes the Giants to pull off another enormous. I don't like it.
Not this week.
Let's go, Scatty Boo.
I don't think the Eagles loved Scatterboo shirtless doing flips and Jackson Dart high-fiving officials. I think there's some extra energy here in this game, too.
I agree with that. But I'm telling you, this thing with A.J. Brown, something is not right.
The big thing is the Eagles can't rush the passer. So what does Howie Roseman do to address that? That's why they're bringing Graham back, because they lack leadership.
That's what it is.
All right, let me get football, and we'll have more on these as we go. But I got Joe